It all started with a tweet, a simple late-night post from Donald Trump's social media account that read, "Kamala thinks running the country is easy? Try running a McDonald's. Maybe she'd finally get something right." The internet exploded. Within hours, the Trump McDonald's challenge was trending. News anchors laughed. Twitter memes flooded timelines. Late-night comedians had a field day. But then came the shocking twist. The very next morning, outside a McDonald's in Manhattan, cameras flashed as Donald J. Trump, former president of the United States, strutted toward the Golden Arches, wearing a McDonald's uniform. The media went crazy. Some thought it was a prank, a publicity stunt. But Trump, grinning ear to ear, grabbed the drive-through headset and announced, "Welcome to McDonald's. Would you like some Sleepy Joe fries with your Kamala confusion meal?" Inside the restaurant, employees stared in disbelief. Customers grabbed their phones, live streaming every second. Was this real? Was Trump actually working a shift at McDonald's? And more importantly, would Kamala respond? Trump took his job very seriously. Well, his version of serious. He stood behind the counter, flipping burgers, or at least pretending to, and butchering orders at the drive-thru. Customer, "Can I get a Big Mac meal?" Trump, "Terrific choice, but not as terrific as my steaks. Big Mac, overrated. Let me get you the Trump Tower meal. Twice the price, half the taste." Some customers laughed. Others grew impatient. At one point, a mother with 3 kids pulled up. Mother, "Hi, can I get a Happy Meal with apple slices?" Trump, "Apple slices? Come on. Real Americans eat fries. Let's make McDonald's great again. Extra fries for you." Behind Trump, real employees panicked. Orders were piling up. The kitchen was a mess. Burgers were half-cooked. Soda spilled everywhere. That's when the McDonald's manager, an exhausted 24-year-old named Jake, finally stepped in. Jake, "Mr. Trump, sir, you really need to follow protocol." Trump, "Protocol? That's for losers. I ran a country, kid. I can run a McDonald's." The restaurant was on the verge of total collapse. But then, the doors swung open, and in walked Kamala Harris. The door to McDonald's swung open, and the entire room fell silent. There, standing in the doorway, was Kamala Harris, wearing her trademark confident smile, her eyes scanning the chaos of the kitchen. She was a mix of calm and unwavering determination, a stark contrast to Trump's usual over-the-top bravado. Kamala walked to the counter, arms crossed. "Well, well, well," she said, her voice carrying through the room. "Working hard or hardly working, Mr. Trump?" The room seemed to hold its breath. Trump straightened his cap, looking surprised but not fazed. "Kamala, I see you're looking to learn how to make things great again. First lesson, it's all about the fries." He gestured dramatically to the fryer, as if he were offering her the key to the universe. Kamala raised an eyebrow, unfazed. "I'm here to teach you how to run things properly. You might want to take notes." She stepped behind the counter. Her calm demeanor contrasted with the chaotic scene Trump had already created. Trump's jaw dropped. Was she really about to clock in? Kamala grabbed an apron, tied it swiftly, and stood side by side with Trump. "Okay, Mr. Trump, let's see if you really can make McDonald's great again." The employees watched in shock as the two powerful figures, rivals in politics, faced off in a completely unexpected arena. Cameras flashed, live streams exploded, and the internet went wild. Would this be the ultimate political showdown, or was it just a bizarre spectacle? Trump, still wearing his smirk, pointed to the grill. "Ready to get to work, Kamala? Let's see if you can handle it. I'm a master at fast food. I don't think you'll keep up." Kamala didn't respond right away. Instead, she rolled up her sleeves and started flipping burgers with precision. Trump, on the other hand, was distracted, waving his hands and making grand gestures, all while getting orders wrong. At this point, the whole restaurant was on edge, waiting to see what would happen next. Could Kamala, the calm and collected vice president, outcook the former president? It was hard to predict, but this wasn't about politics anymore. It was about who could handle the heat, literally and figuratively. The timer was set, 5 minutes on the clock. It was a cook-off. Kamala and Trump stood side by side behind the counter, the kitchen now buzzing with tension. Both of them seemed confident, but the stakes had never felt higher. Kamala was already working fast. She knew exactly how to assemble the burgers with swift hands, placing perfectly grilled patties onto buns, adding lettuce, tomato, and cheese with precision. The customers stared, amazed at how efficiently she worked. Meanwhile, Trump was, well, being Trump. He shouted, "More cheese! And where's the ketchup?" before accidentally knocking over a tray of fries. They spilled all over the floor. He scrambled to pick them up, tossing them haphazardly into the fryer. One of his burgers ended up half-cooked and unseasoned. Trump, what's with these measurements? No one has time for precision. The American people want big flavors, not some fancy restaurant food. Kamala didn't respond to his remarks. She focused on the task at hand, effortlessly flipping burgers and assembling the perfect sandwiches. Her movements were calculated, and she seemed to be in complete control. As the timer ticked down, the heat of the kitchen increased. Kamala was well ahead, her burgers looking perfect, while Trump's looked like a disaster. Bun too soggy, cheese melting at the wrong time, and some ingredients simply forgotten. Kamala shot Trump a playful glance. "You're doing well, but I think the customers are going to want something more than your disaster special." Trump, grinning through his frustration, threw up his hands. "It's a Trump original. The flavor will surprise you." With only seconds left, Kamala finished assembling her final burger, perfectly wrapped and ready for the customers. Trump? Well, he barely managed to get his last burger on the grill before time ran out. As the buzzer rang, the competition was over. Kamala looked at her perfectly assembled meal, then at Trump's sad, lopsided burger. It was clear who the winner was. Kamala crossed her arms with a triumphant smile. "Looks like I win this round, Mr. Trump." As Kamala took the victory, the restaurant was still buzzing with excitement. The employees couldn't believe what they had just witnessed. Two political giants in the middle of McDonald's competing for fast food supremacy. But Trump wasn't ready to go down without making one last statement. He picked up one of his lopsided burgers, holding it high above his head for all to see. "Trump, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a special offer for you." The room went silent as Trump's voice boomed. "Free Big Macs for everyone, if you promise to vote for me in 2024. The room erupted in laughter. Some customers actually took the burgers, looking at each other as though they'd just been handed something bizarre and hilariously absurd. Kamala shook her head, chuckling. "Kamala, bribing voters with Big Macs now? Really?" Trump, "It worked in 2016, didn't it?" Kamala, wiping her hands on a napkin, leaned over to Trump and said, "Let's face it, this is the only thing you'll win today." Trump smirked, but didn't let up. "I've got another trick up my sleeve. Next round, KFC cook-off. Let's see how you handle the heat there." Kamala laughed. "Maybe we'll see who can actually make good chicken, Mr. Trump." The restaurant's manager, Jake, who had been desperately trying to manage the situation, couldn't take it any longer. He threw his hands up in defeat. "That's it, you're both fired." But the crowd loved it. They cheered, clapped, and some even recorded the entire scene. This wasn't just a cook-off, it was a cultural moment, a satirical clash that was going to go viral. The next morning, the internet exploded. McDonald's McCook-off had taken the world by storm. The chaotic face-off between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump had become a viral cultural event, with everyone from news outlets to memes jumping on the bandwagon. The footage of the former president and vice president working side by side, fumbling in the kitchen, had people glued to their screens. Social media was flooded with reactions, both from those who found the whole spectacle absurd and from others who loved the unexpected humor of it all. Twitter went wild. A political junkie. Kamala Harris wins the McDonald's cook-off. But who's the real winner here? McDonald's for sure. If Food Frenzy fan, can someone get Kamala into the kitchen for real? Her burgers were literally perfect. McDonald's challenge. Instagram was no different, with countless selfies and clips from people who had witnessed the event in the restaurant. Some people even uploaded pictures of their own homemade Trump burgers, which, let's be honest, weren't anything to brag about, captioning them with sarcastic hashtags like "Die, make burgers, great again." Even the official McDonald's Twitter account jumped in, posting a playful image of a Big Mac with the text, We don't take sides, but we do appreciate good burgers. The post immediately garnered thousands of likes, retweets, and comments. Meanwhile, the footage was picked up by news stations across the country. CNN ran a segment titled, "Political Rivals Face Off in a McDonald's Kitchen, but Who Wins the Burger Battle?" While Fox News turned the event into a satirical commentary, discussing how Trump's unpredictable style and Kamala's cool-headed precision could be the key to winning over voters in the 2024 election. The news cycle quickly became consumed with the bizarre showdown, and for a few days, no one was talking about anything else. But the true magic of this moment was how it transcended politics. It wasn't about policies or rallies. It was a reminder of the absurdity of the modern political world and how, for once, people could laugh at their political figures. It was a moment of humanity, of two powerful people, despite their differences, coming together in a place everyone could relate to: McDonald's. The real kicker came when Trump tweeted, "All right, Kamala, you win this round, but just wait for the number Trump KFC challenge. I'll show you how it's done." The tweet went viral in an instant. People couldn't get enough of the idea of Trump taking on Kamala in a KFC cook-off. Would it be a fried chicken showdown? Could Trump really handle the heat of a deep fryer? The internet collectively held its breath. For now, though, the McDonald's challenge had settled into the annals of internet history as a bizarre yet unforgettable spectacle. And as everyone began wondering what would come next in this unlikely political saga, one thing was clear. The rivalry between Kamala and Trump wasn't over yet. It was only just beginning.